I look back at the bookend molding that I reproduced, and after doing some sanding, so I think it turned out really well. Still need to get the toner lacquers. And let's go ahead and get started on the cabinet. I mentioned I wanted to rub it down real well with some wool lube and a good high quality steel wool. I've already done the right side, and I want to go ahead and do the left side and share the results with you guys. You can see the difference on the right side going over it with the 4-aught steel wool and the wool lube. It's a lot flatter, and you can see I took off a lot of the high spots and most of the orange peel. Focus on the left side of here, do the same. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my little markers and try to hide some of the imperfections in the cabinet finish itself, blend some of those in. And I'll be doing the same for that center grill area and along the bottom and top as well. I'm taking a damp rag and going back over the cabinet to remove any of the residue from the wool lube. I'll need to do this numerous times. And hitting some of the rougher areas with just the 4-aught steel wool, light pressure, not to remove the finish, but again trying to remove some of the old lacquer. And exercising caution back in the grill area, which is very fragile. Just hitting those spots as well that are raised with some steel wool. And same process as before, just taking a damp rag here and wiping those areas back off. And a few test runs with various shades, and decided on the burnt sienna to do the touch-up with. It seemed to provide the best match. So you guys sit back, enjoy a little music here. I'm going to finish up the touch-up on the cabinet on the front side, and then we'll spray some toner lacquer on the front and also a blender flow out to try to bring all the toner lacquers together. Still a rough surface. I'll do some more sanding, very light, and or use steel wool, and try to get the finish in a little bit better shape before applying the final clear coats down the road. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Spraying some very light misty coats back about 18 inches or so. Elm 100 0249, the Mohawk Perfect Brown. It's a dye based, not to muddy the grain. And using the cardboard to divide the spray area, trying to minimize any overspray on the inlay itself. And spraying some blender flow out to kind of melt the existing lacquers or blend them together. I'll go heavy around the control stem areas where they come out from the cabinet, the lacquers and the worst shape in those areas, and a little heavy on the grill area as well. I'll do some sanding and or use some steel wool after this dries for a period of time. And back in the shop, just to better evaluate the touch-up that I did. Still some tweaking to be done. I'll use my fill sticks on the grill area, and you can still see some rough spots there that but I'll try to flatten out around the control stems during the final clear coat. But it's taking shape. I've still got to do the base. You can see down there needs to be taped out, and I'll need to apply some toner lacquers there, and as I mentioned, more work in the grill area. And then the top itself, I think I'm going to strip it, or at least give it a good sand, see if I can lift some of those deep scratches off of it to make it more presentable. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for following the series. Take care.